Have you watched Son Ye-jin's film A Moment to Remember in 2004? This film tells the story of a girl who was dumped by her lover. Then, she met her soulmate. But in the midst of her happiness, she was declared suffering from Alzheimer's disease. How does she face reality? Is this movie highly recommended to watch? And how is Son Ye-jin's acting in this movie? Stay tuned. A Moment to Remember is a film that is high rating in 2004. According to IMDb, this film has rating of 8.2 per 10. The film is directed by Lee Ji-han. It is the Korean version of the Japanese drama television series entitled Pure Soul 2001. This film is highly recommended to watch, not only about love but also about family. More than that, about forgiveness and love of parents for their children, even if the child has a big mistake. Moreover, the character of the cats makes the audiences immersed in the story. The story begins when Choi Chul-soo sits at the train station. Suddenly, a homeless man greets him and asks Chul-soo for a match. Then, the plot moves backwards. But still in the same place, and the same homeless man asks a girl for a match. The girl looked confused with the two train tickets in her hand. This girl is Kim Soo-jin. She is waiting for her lover to run away together. However, her lover did not come. She cried and left. At the mini-market, Soo-jin, who still looks confused, buys a soft drink and pays for it at the cashier. After that, she left in such a hurry that she forgot she had not brought her soft drink. Soo-jin immediately returned to the mini-market. Arrived off the door of the mini-market, she pets a man who brought a soft drink exactly the same as her drink. Soo-jin thought it was hers. Without hesitation, she snatched the man's soft drink and drank it. After that, she went to catch the bus. However, in the bus, she realized that she had left her wallet at the mini-market. At the mini-market, she is surprised that the cashier keeps Soo-jin's wallet and drinks that are left behind. Arriving at the house, an understanding mother greeted her warmly. Even though she knows, Soo-jin almost ran away with her boyfriend, who is another woman's husband. He is also Soo-jin's boss. However, Soo-jin's mother remained patient and tried to understand her daughter's condition, without judging or blaming Soo-jin. Likewise with Soo-jin's father. The next morning, Soo-jin's family tries to create an atmosphere that makes Soo-jin feel unjudged. They have breakfast as usual. Finally, that a year has passed. Soo-jin seems to have recovered from her past. Today, Soo-jin is invited by his father to visit his construction project. Here, Soo-jin accidentally meets Chul-soo, the man she met at the mini-market. But Soo-jin only saw him from the car, while Chul-soo didn't see her. The next day, Soo-jin intends to help her co-worker to repair the fashion show venue. Because there is not much time for the show, Soo-jin asks her father to help send a worker from her father's company. Her father owns a construction project company, but unexpectedly her father sent Chul-soo to help Soo-jin. She still feels guilty about what happened at the door of the mini-market a year ago. Then she immediately bought Chul-soo a soft drink to replace the drink she had stolen before. Unexpectedly, Chul-soo also did the same thing as Soo-jin at that time. Before Soo-jin could give him the drink, Chul-soo took it. From here, they began to greet each other and get close. Here, Chul-soo invites Soo-jin to date. Soo-jin is very happy to hear that. Finally, she accepts Chul-soo as her lover. Finally, they are officially dating. Chul-soo often invites Soo-jin to play hitting the ball with a stick until brings Soo-jin to his house. They are also open to each other. One day, Soo-jin cries as she tells Chul-soo her past. But Chul-soo asks Soo-jin to forget her past. Soo-jin always supports Chul-soo, even when Chul-soo takes the architect exam. Soo-jin makes him a nice sweet. She also waits for Chul-soo until the exam is over. Finally, Chul-soo passes the architect exam. One day, Soo-jin's father can see that his daughter is in love. Then Sujin was asked by his father to introduce her lover to him. The confused Sujin just blushed. As his father requests, Sujin asked Julsu to meet her family, but Julsu always refused. Until a few days, Sujin always whines at Julsu, but Julsu refuses without telling Sujin the reason. Until one day, Sujin was forced to lie. She invites Julsu to eat at a restaurant. Here, Sujin still asks Julsu to meet her family. Finally, Julsu says that he is afraid that one day his feeling for Sujin will change. At the same time, Sujin's family arrives. Apparently, without Julsu and her family know, Sujin met them together. The situation turned very awkward. Sujin asked permission to go to the toilet. At the time, Sujin's father did not agree with Julsu. He knows that Julsu is the foreman on his construction project. On the other hand, after going to the toilet, Sujin gets rained on and faints. Hearing the commotion, Sujin's little sister joined in watching. She screamed when she saw Sujin pass out. Without thinking, Julsu immediately picked up Sujin and took her to the hospital. Seeing Julsu's sincerity, Sujin's father approves them to get married. Now Sujin is Julsu's wife. She lives at Julsu's house. The happy life of the newlyweds has begun. Day after day, they always live happily. Now Julsu has become an architect, while Sujin is still working in her own office as a main outfit designer. Hearing of her son's success, Julsu's mother comes to ask for help to pay off her debt to moneylenders. Otherwise, his mother could be imprisoned. But Julsu is very angry with her. He didn't want to help her. He could not forgive his mother who had abandoned him. One day, it's not like usual. Sujin takes a long time to find her house. In fact, she just arrived home after dark. At first, she felt normal, but she began to often forget many things. Because she was worried, she goes to the hospital and sees a brain specialist. At the first examination, the doctor still could not confirm the disease. Then, the doctor asked her to come back after 1 week. A few days later, Julsu takes Sujin to meet an old man. He is the one who took care of Julsu since he was a child when his mother abandoned him. He is also the one who teaches Julsu in the field of architecture. When Julsu leaves, the old man asks if Sujin has met her mother-in-law or haven't. Sujin just kept quiet in confusion. The next day, without knowing of Julsu, Sujin came to her mother-in-law's house. She was surprised to see a red sticker on its furniture, which indicated they had been confiscated. In this case, Sujin asked Julsu to forgive and help his own mother. It's because she is Julsu's family. Finally, he listened to Sujin. The next day, he visited his mother in prison. Even Julsu pays his mother's debt. He feels sad because the money to build a dream house with Sujin has been used to pay off his mother's debt. On the other hand, Sujin receives the diagnosis of her illness. Doctors said she had Alzheimer's disease. Gradually, her memory will disappear. The ability to control her consciousness will also be lost. Even in the end, she would not be able to remember who she was. After listening to her condition, Sujin resigns from work. She admits to Julsu that she wants to focus on being a housewife. However, her boss, Young Min, thinks that Sujin resigns because of him. Besides, Young Min is her ex-boyfriend. After getting a call from Young Min, Sujin goes to the office to explain to Young Min. But while she's on the street near her office, she begins to forget what her destination is and where she is.